All right, so I'm about to start doing album reviews. Y'all tell me in the comments, my followers, if y'all want album reviews. I give more album reviews. Um, today I will be talking about. Today I will be talking about Kendrick's Damn album. Giving you my perception of the album and what I liked about the album, what I disliked about the album, and just the album as a total. And we gonna start off with the first song, Blood. It's Kendrick telling the story about seeing a blonde woman look like she's missing something, and then he goes over to her and he shoots her. Now I think Kendrick is very creative when he makes music, so I feel like this is like it's like an entendre, like a double entendre. Besides of what he said, but it's like it symbolizes something. And I view it as America being a woman and needing African Americans' help. Like us being the creators of like, or not even the or not only the creators, but like playing a major key as far as like entertainment goes and like generating money for the US and keeping people entertained. Actors, basketball players, rappers, etc. So I viewed it as that, like America's handicapped without black people. And then he gets shot at the end of the song. Towards the end of the song, actually. And it's like, that's basically what America does to us. Use us, drain us for whatever we got, and then, or trick us into believing that they're handicapped without us. It could be many different meanings for that one thing. So Kendrick gets shots, and then it glows into Fox News criticizing him for his lyrics on Alright, which was on his last album. And then after that, it goes into this song called DNA. DNA is the second song. Blood was the first song. DNA is the second song. DNA, I feel like Kendrick is rapping and explaining what's in his DNA, loyalty, royalty, just bigging up the black culture, being black or pro-black, if you want to call it that. I like the rapping on it. It's crazy lyrical and stuff like I don't know what it's like a Kendrick song that's not lyrical to me. So it's like, this is just, I don't know, just brief summaries. Like, I'm not gonna go talk 20 minutes about an album. If you want to have a discussion about an album, please hit me up on social media and we could talk about it. Then after DNA, I like DNA lyrically. DNA goes into Ya Ya. It's a real slow song, and I feel like Kendrick addresses like some of his family issues and his niece watching him on TV and etc. And he addresses a lot in this song. And I liked it because it was like real slow tempo. So it's like he can get his bars off without like us having to like slow it down or want to simplified lyrics. Element had that Swizz Beats. The next song is Element, which is the fourth song on the album. It had that real Swizz Beats feeling to it. And it felt like Kendrick was more stunting on this song. Like, yeah, like I'm in my zone. Like, I'm in my wave. Like, y'all niggas moves. Like, I'm the best rapper of this time right now, and I'm going to show out on y'all niggas. So it covers a lot of things like personal issues and what he went through to become the top rapper and what he stands as the top rapper. So that's what the summary that I got from Element. Element has a catchy ass chorus that I think that's gonna get played on the radio. Like, it's real catchy. The chorus is real catchy. Feel is one of the songs I like because this is the Kendrick that is lyrical. This is the Kendrick that is making you visualize his lyrics. This is the Kendrick that is expressing how he really feel as him as an artist, and it shows that he doesn't view himself as superior, like bigger than a human being. Like, not bigger than a human being. Like, he still suffers from the same thing we go through as human beings every day. It's just that we so clouded by, oh, he got money, he's famous, so we consider them like superheroes. And they don't go through the same things we go through. So I feel like this song was the song that I was looking for. All the other songs was lyrical, but I like them in-depth from the soul type of lyrics from Kendrick. So he talk about his feelings and like, it's just like every bar has feel in it. I feel like, and he I like the fact that he expresses his emotions because it's relatable. Even though we're not in the same space as Kendrick as far as stardom, it's still relatable. It's still like, this is life. Don't be clouded by what you see on TV. Did we still go through things? So that's what I like about Phil. I can listen to Phil on repeat like 100 times. I really want to learn the lyrics to Phil. That's just how I feel about Phil. And I think Phil is the... My fault, I'm having a hard time just keeping up with every song. Phil is the 5th song on the album. And then we're going to jump into Loyalty. And I thought Loyalty was going to be one of them songs that just like played on the internet and Rihanna just sings on the hook. And it was totally like the opposite. I really enjoy Loyalty. Like, Loyalty, I hope it gets played on the radio. Because you got Rihanna in a different bag. Like, she not just singing her regular hook, her regular singing hook. Like, this is... It was swaggy. This shit was real swaggy. Like, I like this shit. I thought this was gonna be one of the songs that I hate, and I like this shit. Like, I like this song. A lot of people don't like this song. And Kendrick Lamar rapping on this shit is just like retarded. Like, it's not super duper mainstream with like simple lyrics. Like, I'm not a big fan of simple lyrics. Like, I can't sit there and listen to an album full of simple lyrics. You got to give me some type of creativity or some type of lyricism. It doesn't have to be the whole album lyricism, but that's what I felt about Loyalty, and explaining what Loyalty is on the song and how you ride or die, and talk about relationships. Like, people of this era, we tend to have accessibility to too many options, so we don't really provide loyalty. We provide things, loyalty in a temporary time span, if you get what I mean. So like, I like this because it really talked about relationships of today. So we're gonna jump into the next song. The next song is Pride. Pride, I really didn't... I'm just telling you this. I listened to the album 5 times, and it's a Kendrick Lamar album takes long to dissect. That's why when people get on social media and go, this is a classic, this is fire, and I'd be like, how? Like, the album came out Friday, you giving the album review Friday talking about it's a classic. It has to be something that we can all agree, or the massive majority could agree that is a classic. And I feel like this Kendrick album was different. Production, rapping wise, it was different. So it takes long to dissect this. And for people to just be like, classic, like, it's outrageous to me. And I really can't, you can't argue hip hop these days, because people just become Kendrick fans and think they fucking know. And I've been listening to Kendrick since 2010. I think Section 80 wasn't even out at that time. I was listening to OD. So it's like, it takes me a minute to dissect an album. You know how many times I had to listen to like To Pimp a Butterfly, and I found out different shit every time I listen to that shit. Every time I listen to it today, I'll probably find something I ain't find out. I'll probably peep something I ain't peep. So Pride, I didn't really like. The rapping is good, don't get me wrong. Pride, I gotta listen to again. And like, I like Pride because black men need to start talking about pride, because we just have pride issues. So for a man to rap about pride and to rap about the pros and cons about pride is real good to me. Like, real good to me. It needs to be addressed, and that's how I feel about pride. Let's go. Humble. Now, when Humble first dropped, I wasn't a big fan of it. Just like I wasn't a big fan of when it dropped. I wasn't a big fan of Humble. The video is fire. I just felt like the lyrics was like real plain. He said shit that was hot to me, but it was real plain. But I feel like when I heard Humble, I should have projected or expected how the album to sound. I think Humble was like the snowball for the avalanche effect, like the small snowball for the avalanche effect. And I should have expected the album to sound production wise like everywhere different. Because Humble was different. I wouldn't even expect Kendrick Lamar to make a Humble. You feel me? And everybody was saying that this is at Big Sean and etc. And just overanalyzing the song. I don't know who it was at. We don't know. But that's how I felt about Humble. I like the beat. Now I'm a big fan of Humble. Humble fits right into the album. Right into the album. It's just like you bumping and then just Humble just comes on. It's like this shit is hard. Catchy hook. It gets played on the radio. So yeah, I like Humble. The next song. The next song is Lust. And Lust, I felt like he talked about people like having this urgency or want or need of like being a rapper, of wanting to be a rapper, not noticing the pros and cons that come with being a rapper, not looking at something like taxes that rappers don't speak about, but because rappers talk about spending so much money. So Lust is like, not Lust, but like I like the fact that he talks about it, because a lot of people don't know rappers have taxes and have to pay a lot of taxes, and that's why a lot of them go into tax evasions and go to jail because they don't pay their taxes. So a lot of people want to be rappers and not understanding that when you go on tour, you're not going to be around your family anymore. When you go on tour, you're not enjoying no self-time because you're always with somebody. So a lot of people want to chase this rap shit or this rap dream, not understanding that you're going to have to risk sleep. You're going to have to perform while you're sick. Like a lot of people have a lust for wanting to live a lifestyle of a rapper or singer. So that's what I get out of Lust, if you ask me. What comes with Lust, like the women, the devilish women, or the not knowing nobody's intentions, that's trying to be your friend or not trying to be your friend, or what they're actually coming to you for, and stuff like that. The next song is Love. Love, I really haven't a chance. I listen to Love, and Kendrick been keeping like his girlfriend, my fault, he's engaged or married from his fiance, under like she's not like she's rarely on social media, and I respect that, and talk about his love for her, or his just love for a woman, period. And I feel like this is like deep, because all of this is consciousness, and it's not the typical music that you hear every day. It's not the bad and bougie. It's not like simple lyrics. The thing about Kendrick is, the difference between Kendrick and other artists that talk about killing and all the West Coast shit is that Kendrick tells you why. The other rappers don't tell you why. They just talk about shooting niggas and they don't tell you why. So he doesn't suffer from masculinity issues, so therefore he speaks out on the things that needs to be addressed or that rarely gets addressed, and that's what I like about Kendrick. And Love is one of the songs that it's like not prideful, like you just saying how you really feel as a man. Getting into the next song, we're gonna talk about God. I'm not a big fan of this song. I did not like it. The first listen, when I first heard God, I don't know. I know it's a sensitive topic for some people, like just religion in total. So it's like feeling like God and shit. Like it was just like too much for me. It was just too much for me. Like I didn't really like I didn't like the melodic or the flaunting or the real childish like flaunting and gloating, and like I didn't really like this song. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm not gonna spend much time on this song because I'm really not a fan of this song, and maybe I have to listen to it more and be in a situational mind frame where I could like really dissect it or listen to it and really gain a life for it. And the last but not least is Duckworth, which is Kendrick's last name. And on Duckworth, he tells about how Top Dog, which is his manager, his father, like have some history. And I feel like that is some dope shit for you to put it on a song. And what would have been the repercussions of if Top Dog had killed his father? Kendrick would have been fatherless, and he probably would have never became a rapper. Him thinking outside the box, or thinking hypothetically, like what if, and he goes there with you and brings there with you, and it ends the song like that. And I feel like that was real clever of him, just to put out the whole fucking story about how they met, and Kendrick father giving Top Dog free chicken, and Top Dog end up robbing the chicken spot and stuff like that. It was just like, I'm glad that's a story that needs to be released, that probably his father and Top Dog are over, and they probably laugh about it, like some OG shit, like when you just laughing about shit like had happened. So it's like that, and him, hypothetically speaking, if he would have had to kill Top Dog for that, if he took away his father, because like the anger built up in the wanting revenge. It kind of like explains the feeling of ignorant is bliss, if you ever listen to that by Kendrick. But it kind of explains that feeling, like, damn, I'm doing this, but it's really, what is really going to solve? Like, I mean, he would have been vengeful, like. So that's just my overall summary about the Kendrick album in total. And you know, I'm gonna keep dissecting it and dissecting it and dissecting it, because I feel like each title says something, and I'm probably overlooking that. And that's just my album review of Kendrick Lamar's Damn. So I'm out. Peace. If you want any more album reviews, I'll do it. If you say what album you want me to do, and comment any album you want me to do, and I'll do it. Peace.